3 years ago, I made a decision that completely changed the trajectory of my life. And as you can see right now, I am in beautiful Bangkok, Thailand. The past 3 years, I've been able to travel to Koh Samui, Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand, Bali, Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan, South Korea, Toronto, all for a little bit of time. Now, am I staying in the 5-star luxury villas every single time? No. Am I balling out and just throwing money around like it's not anything to me? No. I am very particular in every move I do. I'm just very critical, and that is the purpose of this video. You need to be more critical with your everyday movements. And if you can find a routine that is going to be able to work for you, I might have to move this. You're falling a little bit. There we go. Yeah, you were falling a little bit there. But if you can create a routine that works for you, not your girlfriend, not your friends, not your peer group, your coworkers, whatever the case may be, a routine that works for you, and you stick with it for longer than 60 days or even 90 days, I guarantee you that your life will look different. You may fall again here. I might have to put you even lower. So, how do you do that? How do you figure out a routine that works for you? How do you figure out what you even want out of this life? Because it's really hard, right? Now, I've talked to a lot of you guys over the past week or so. My boy Mikey out in the UK has recently joined my community. There's a few others that have been reaching out to me in regards to just wanting more out of life, which is exactly what my message is, right? I want you guys to chase more, want more, and just do more, right? So how do you do that? For me, I got into remote sales. I bit the bullet on a course, $6,000 US. 10K Canadian, which is a lot of money. Now, that was the best investment of my entire life. And Canadians are some of the worst leads to deal with. I'm Canadian. We're the worst. The self-limiting beliefs that we have drilled into our head is beyond me. I've got rid of them now, but I was that lead, that prospect on the sales call that just had every objection possible. However, I still got closed, so it really shows that I wanted to change, right? Right. Because throwing money into some person you don't know, or a software, or a agency, or a coach, or a mentor that you're not on a first name basis shaking hands in real life, it's really hard to trust, especially with the online space. There's so many scams. There's so many this is just a really bad look for the online space. A lot of the times, but that's the purpose of my page. I'm trying to be a real voice, a real authentic person that shows every single step of the way when it comes to creating a life of yours, something you want, not that you've been told your whole entire life, not that the education system has designed for you, not to say that it doesn't work, and it's not bad. It does work, it's fine, but something you really need to understand is, if you're 18, 24, our parents, depending on their age, let's just say my parents are 54 and 55, so they didn't have this opportunity. They didn't have the chance to make money through their phone. They didn't have an opportunity to post content and reach millions and billions of people worldwide within seconds or minutes or hours. It just wasn't available, and you can't blame them for that. But if your parents and your loved ones are very important to you, and you want them to be on the same page as you, or at least support you, you really need to figure out how you can explain it to them in words that will make sense to them. I pitched to my parents, and after a couple hours of the pitch, I did close them on me dropping out and being able to earn 10K from my phone in 4 months. If I was able to do that, I was never going back to school. Well, I did that. But is remote sales for you? I'm not sure. Sales for me work because I am a talkative person. I like meeting new people, holding conversations, being able to redirect really quickly, being able to do whatever it may be. And I'm also very interested in psychology. If you didn't know, I studied psychology at university before I dropped out. So you need to learn the psychology of a buyer's decision. You need to understand objections and how to handle them, and buyer's remorse and churn rates and no shows and follow-ups and info gathering and all of these things that will help you close the deal. If you are in remote sales, appointment setting, remote sales, if you want more info on that, just shoot me a DM, Instagram, and I can help you. I can get you set up in some regard or give you some piece of information. My boy Mikey literally reached out to me 3 days ago from the UK, and he's already making money, not from the online space, but I basically, in a nice way, Mikey, I know you're watching this, kind of lightly slapped him in the face with some truth. Just, hey bro, we got on a call, info gathering, all this, and basically he had incentive to go do something, ASAP Rocky, and then the next day he went and did some door knocking and washed and detailed cars. He made 45 GBP, which is $90. He made $90 Canadian in 3 hours. The next day, after him and I discussed his life and what, not in a bad way or mean way, but like what I thought and what he thought could use some improvement and what could he do differently to optimize his life a little bit better. So content creation is another thing. It's the lowest hanging fruit. It's free marketing. Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok. It's free. You can just post whatever and reach millions, billions of people, literally like that. And if you have a good product, if you have a good offer, if you have a good personality, if you can talk on camera, if you can hold conviction in your speech, if you can articulate your speech, if you can do all these things well, then chances are down the line, maybe not overnight, you're going to do well and you're going to have a great personal brand. And the opportunities that come from personal brands are literally endless. So if you're not someone that wants to post content and put your face out there, then maybe sales is better for you. Another thing when it comes to content creation is you are the niche, and you've heard me talk about this before. So if you want to get into content creation, you want to start posting, talk about what is true to you. I talked to my boy Nelson about this last week. I gave him a whole hour-long voice note session of personal brand tips and how you stand out from the competition. And how you do that is by being authentic and by being yourself, right? If you speak your mind and you believe in this, that, and the other, and you put it out there in a nice tone and some conviction, the people that resonate with your message they're going to come to you. They're going to follow you. They're going to engage with you. They're going to like your stuff. They're going to message you. Therefore, you are the niche. You become the niche by speaking your own unique perspectives and characteristics. So I'm sure a lot of you guys came to my page because you've seen some of my short form content where I talked about how I was not happy in my university town and I was doing the same thing with the same people, getting nowhere in my life, and it was frustrating because how do you get out of that, right? Well, that probably, maybe not, it made you feel something, and that provoked you to click on this video or follow me or reach out to me or whatever we have discussed, or if we haven't even discussed, make sure you reach out to me because I'm all about creating a connection. So I don't want this video to be too long. It's about 9 minutes already. These are just some quick pointers on how you can improve your life and just start making it yours. You have one life, boys. One. It's not in another. It's not in 10 years. If you're 18 to 24, you are the most young, ambitious, handsome, athletic, mobile, giving, whatever. All these things, you are the most right now. In 10 years, when you're 30-some, do you think you're going to be able to do as much cardio, as much moving? Maybe, probably, actually, for me at least. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now is the time. It's not later. It's now, when you're young and ambitious and you have all this opportunity, right? And if you've watched this far, follow me on Insta, DM me, subscribe, reach out. I'm trying to build something real. Well, not even trying. I am building something real. I have a community right now of 10 guys that are all building on all corners of the globe, all over, right? So I see a spider right now and it's crawling up my camera, so I think that is probably the end of this video. Make sure you guys, again, hit the sub button. And yeah, I'm off to a new place in Thailand today, somewhere I've never been, so be on the lookout for that. Cheers, guys.